Uh, the name you have on the case and who I am, it's two different people.
You want to smile about it and laugh about it? Take him back.
Laugh.
We'll call him out later. Take him back. You keep laughing. You laugh one more time, that's 30 days. Go contempt. Look it up. I'm not threatening you. Say one more word and that's contempt. 30 days. 30 days.
The hearing begins with tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. The defendant sits there grinning, almost daring the judge to react. And believe me, Judge Simpson does not play games. You laugh one more time and that's 30 days. Boom. Just like that. Contempt of court. And the best part? The judge doesn't even raise his voice. He just lays down the law like a hammer. Now let me ask you something. What is it with these so-called sovereign...
Seems to be some confusion.
What's the confusion?
I've stated multiple times on the record that I wish to represent myself.
Well, I thought we got rid of that issue the last.
Yeah, I thought so too. I spoke to this gentleman right here and expressed my wish to represent myself as well.
All right. Well, if he doesn't want you, I mean, we'll figure that out in a moment. So, Mr. Styron, we're going to go through this again. What do we want to do in this case? You understand what you charged with, sir?
I understand what the charges are against me, yeah.
Okay, look, you're going to have to give me straightforward answers to my questions because I've got to make sure that you understand certain things. I got to do certain things here.
From my understanding,
You understand, first of all, that if you do indeed direct, you want to smile about it and laugh about it, take him back.
laugh.
We'll call him out later. Take him back. You keep laughing. You laugh one more time, that's 30 days. Go contempt. Look it up.
citizens. They walk into courtrooms acting like the rules don't apply to them, smirking, interrupting, throwing around nonsense jargon as if somehow it's going to set them free. But here's the thing. Courtrooms aren't comedy clubs. You don't get to crack jokes, laugh in a judge's face, and walk out scot-free. Not in Judge Simpson's court. The judge tries patiently at first to go through the basics: charges, rights, representation. But our defendant? He's got other plans. He claims he's not the person named on the case, says the court's confusing his identity. Folks, I've heard a lot of excuses in these hearings, but this one...
State your name.
My name is Thomas Styron. Living man.
Mr. Styron, you are before the court. You have elected to represent yourself. I do have to advise you that you have 3 counts against you. The first count is that of fleeing and eluding 3rd degree under the motor vehicle code. Do you understand the nature of that charge, sir?
This is under the assumption that you're compelling me to identify as Thomas York Styron, the legal entity on this case.
I believe that you are. Do you understand the nature of the charge, sir?
I don't understand how the name you have on the case and who I am, it's two different people.
I have a complaint, Thomas Styron II. Do you understand that that individual is charged with fleeing and eluding 3rd degree?
So,
do you understand the nature of that charge? You just need to answer my question.
For the record,
take him back, and when he decides he wants to cooperate, we'll bring him back, maybe. I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Takes the cake. And let me tell you, Judge Simpson's patience only stretches so far. At one point, the judge asks for a straight answer, and instead of responding, the defendant smirks again. That's when the hammer drops. Take him back. When he decides to cooperate, we'll bring him back. This isn't a debate club, it's a courtroom. And Judge Simpson makes it crystal clear. He's not about to be toyed with. And honestly, watching this unfold, you can't help but think,
Recalls case, people of the state of Michigan versus Thomas Styron II. Styron, you are before the court on a felony complaint that does allege count one. And I'm going to presume, since you do not want to answer the court's questions, that you understand English and understand what I'm saying. You are before the court on three charges. Count one is the charge of fleeing and eluding third degree. Under the Michigan Motor Vehicle Code, that is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration, a $1,000 fine plus court cost, and would require the Secretary of State to suspend your license for up to 1 year upon conviction. Count two is assaulting, resisting, and obstructing a police officer. That is a felony or high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years incarceration and or a $2,000 fine plus court cost. Count three is a misdemeanor offense of operating with a license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor as indicated, punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court cost. Your vehicle could be subject to immobilization. Since you refused previously to answer my acknowledgement as to whether you understand that, I will assume that you understand what you're charged with. You are also entitled to be represented by counsel at this and all subsequent proceedings. If you could not afford to hire an attorney would be provided at public expense to represent you in this matter. You are entitled, as indicated, to be represented at this proceeding, all subsequent proceedings, including your preliminary examination, and if the matter were to proceed by trial, you would be entitled to counsel. It is, as we have gone through the previous proceedings, the court's understanding that you do not wish to be represented by counsel, and that this matter will then proceed forth with you representing yourself. I have to advise you that in representing yourself, the court will make the presumption that you understand the Michigan court rules, those regarding both procedure and those regarding evidence. The court will not be providing any legal assistance to you during the course of those proceedings and will hold you to the same standards that I would hold an attorney representing or practicing before this court. So, with all of that, and with the court's understanding that you do not want to be represented by counsel, I will set this matter for its next proceeding.
You understand I'm the beneficiary, not the trustee, right?
That will be the preliminary examination. I will set the preliminary examination. Has discovery been provided to the defendant?
Your Honor, he was previously represented by the public defender. I don't know if they turned over the paperwork to him.
Does anybody from the public defender's office know whether or not the defendant has been provided discovery? Mr. Odetella. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your Honor, we have the discovery. I have not been able to share that discovery with Mr. Styron. I tried to speak with him and go over it, but I'd be happy to turn that over to him at first available.
All right. If you would either turn that over to the court officer so that they can provide that to Mr. Styron so that he has the discovery. And if you could do that today, I would appreciate it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Setting the preliminary examination. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
The people would have their witnesses available June 11th. Set this matter for preliminary examination in person, June 11th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before me. Defendant, as he was leaving the courtroom the last time, the court did find the defendant in contempt, sentenced him to 30 days. The defendant will serve that sentence. The court will sign the judgment of sentence regarding the contempt.
I don't understand how that's possible. Like I said,
So first of all, watch your
beneficiary. You're treating me as if I'm the trustee, or I don't want to partake in any trust fraud or anything like that. Is this a cess trust matter involved in this? Is my Social Security number attached to this at all? Go figure.
Mr. Styron, or whoever you wish to be addressed as, I'd suggest that you watch yourself because there's going to be more time coming. You keep it up. You will learn how to conduct yourself appropriately in these proceedings in this courtroom and before me. You will not in any manner whatsoever
You're trying to compel me to be somebody I'm not.
Or this
You
institution.
have no evidence.
It will not
to prove that
happen.
I'm who you say I
You
am.
will not talk to me in that fashion.
In what fashion? I'm not the one being unethical.
Very good. You'll serve the 30 days. We'll see. We'll see him on the 6th. Bond continued.
Does this guy actually want to go to jail? Because every word out of his mouth pushes him closer to that cell. So after cooling off in the back, they bring him out again. And would you believe it? He doubles down. The judge lays it out plain as day. 3 charges, serious ones too. Fleeing and eluding, resisting a police officer, and driving with a suspended license. Pretty straightforward, right? But not for this guy. Instead of answering, he launches into one of those classic sovereign citizen speeches. You know the ones? That's not me. That's the legal entity, not the living man. Honestly, it's like listening to a bad YouTube tutorial on how not to handle your case. Judge Simpson tries one more time, carefully spelling out the charges. And what does our defendant do? He argues about his name. His name. The judge isn't amused. Take him back. One more word, that's 30 days. And sure enough, the guy pushes his luck again. Boom. Another contempt warning. Another 30 days hanging over his head. And here's the kicker. You can tell. The judge is actually giving him every chance to behave. He's not out to get him. He just wants order in his courtroom. But this defendant? He seems allergic to common sense. It's almost painful to watch. The court bends over backwards to explain his rights. He can have an attorney, he can defend himself, he has the discovery materials coming his way. Everything is lined up for him to fight his case properly. But instead, he throws it all away, chasing this fantasy that the court somehow doesn't recognize him. Folks, that's not strategy, that's sabotage. By the end of this round, Judge Simpson sets the next hearing date and makes it clear 30 days contempt stands. And if the EIO defendant keeps mouthing off, there will be more time coming. You can hear it in the judge's voice. He's done playing games.